Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, and my re-experience with it. Just wow. Alright, just wow. Yo, this theme of bop though, y'all can't lie. Check it out. Break it down. Yep. But anyways, let's focus on the video at hand, right? Alright. Alright. So, I wanted to talk about Mario and Luigi Partners in Time for a little bit now. Ever since I just beat it, alright? Because I finally beat it on stream, and I want to kind of talk about my journey beating the game on stream and why it took me so long and all that other sort of stuff. Alright. So, let's get it on, right? So, basically, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time was one of the first Mario RPG games I have ever decided to play on YouTube. It might be the first game I've ever played on. Not the first game I ever played on YouTube, but the first Mario Luigi game I ever played on YouTube. It predates my Super Mario Brothership, all the other Mario Luigi games. It almost predates literally almost every other Mario game I think I've ever played on my page. By a fucking mile, actually. I think it almost predates every other Mario game series I ever done, right? And I remember 6 years ago, I started playing Mario Luigi Partners in Time because I've wanted to play it on YouTube. You know, I was a big fan of the Mario Luigi series at the time. Still now I'm a fan. Well, I'm a fan, but also not a fan, because if you remember that infuriating experience with the M&L video, you'll understand where I'm coming from with that when I say, like, a big fan, but also not a big fan. Anyways, that's not the point right now. The point is back 6 years ago, I decided to play Partners in Time on YouTube, and I remember everybody liking it, right? Like, my buddy Rene YT, and this was before I met so many of you guys today. This is way before I met Void. This is way before I met so many viewers of mine down the road, right? And I'm sitting here, right, just thinking about how long this series, like, started back then, 6 years ago. That is actually insane how long ago I started these set of videos. And because everyone liked it, I kept playing it, right? And I think I ran into my first pit stop, I think after, like, the first few videos. I remember, like, Mario Luigi Partners in Time for me was, like, a weird game, because I was very on and off with it. Like, for example, when I beat the game for the very first time in my life, it was when I was going into the My Experience videos, and I wanted to go back into every game I ever played, pull a fucking thing out of the hat, and play every single game, you know, I've ever played, past, present, future, whatever, right? And obviously, Partners in Time was one of those games, and I beat it off camera, right? And for some reason, over the years, I wanted to beat Partners in Time on stream, but I never got the opportunity to, because I kept on wanting to play it, not wanting to play it. I'm not going to do this for YouTube. I'm going to do this for YouTube. Not going to do this for YouTube. And that's why I say, like, my experience with Partners in Time is, or my re-experience with Partners in Time is a little weird, because most of that time, like, in between those Partners in Time videos, I was doing so many other things. I was getting into so many other games, so many other franchises, like, you know, and just living my life practically, right? Partners in Time was kind of like in the background for a long time. For many years, it was in the background. But then every now and again, I would try to come back and I would try to make like a brand new episode or something. And then you guys would be waiting another eon for another one, because A, I either lost my data on Partners in Time, or B, I just decided I don't really care for it anymore. I'm not going to play it anymore. And that led to a lot of, I'm back, but also not back moments with my Partners in Time videos, which a lot of you guys have noticed by now. And, you know, obviously after my Superstar Saga play, or attempt at going back to Superstar Saga, my Brothership videos, my Bowser's Inside Story 1 video, Okay, like that one gameplay video and Brothership and all that other sort of stuff. After all that happened, all that mumbo jumbo, and after my infuriating experience with MNL, because all I can play is the same 3 games over and over: Inside Story, Superstar Saga, and Bowser's Inside Story, Partners in Time, Superstar Saga. Those are the only 3 MNL games I was able to play. I never played Dream Team or Paper Jam or, you know, the other entries in the series. Yeah, the other entries, like the later entries in the MNL series. Never got to play those. I'm only stuck with the first 3 because that's all we can get on, like, emulators or other things at that time, right? Or during this time period. And that's why it got me so infuriated, because I wanted to play the newer ones, but I couldn't because I had no access to them or no computer or none of that other sort of shit to help me run 3DS and all that other mumbo-jumbo crap, all right, that, you know, I had to go through and all that other sort of stuff. But coming back to Partners in Time, basically the main reason, right, I came back to Partners in Time to give it another play once again, okay? And this might be one of the stupidest reasons, but for some reason, Toji Fujigaro, I hope I said that right, welcome to stream. The reason I decided to come back to Partners in Time and finish it up was, one, you know, I was constantly not every other month, but I was constantly getting that urge, like, every so often to beat a Mario and Luigi game on the channel. And I didn't know which Mario and Luigi game I wanted to dive deep into and finish. You know, I didn't know which one, because it was like, okay, do I finish Superstar Saga? Do I finish Bowser's Inside Story? Or do I finish Partners in Time? Because keep in mind, Partners in Time at this point in time, I have tons of videos of, but I never finished it. And I just left it unfinished, and every time I go back to it, I always feel not uneasy, but I always feel a certain way about it. Superstar Saga I played pretty recently, and I don't want to play it again because of the Star Bead pieces. Don't want to go grind for that. And Bowser's Inside Story I can't really play a lot on stream because there's these little blowing sections where I have to blow on the mic on the DS and stuff, and it does not pick up all that well whenever you're trying to stream it. Yeah, man, what are you talking about? I am talking about Partners in Time, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time for DS. Not the Japanese version, but the US version. I'm just re-talking about, like, my experience with the game, you know, kind of like a re-review, kind of like a reassessment of the game. But anyways, other than that, right? Oh, fuck, I was on, like, I had, like, a thing going, but what intro do you want? I don't really need one. I mean, I don't really need one since I stream pretty much everything. I mean, I do shorts, but I pretty much stream everything. So an intro for a stream, unless I get a PC, you know, I don't know, wouldn't be practical, I guess. But anyways, so the reason I came back to this game to finish it up, decided to negate all the bullshit, right, was because, is it good or was it good? It is good. It's still a good, decent, like, I'll get into that, right? Let me explain myself first. I like explaining myself the best way possible. So, my buddy Chris / Rene YT, for a very long time, has been sitting in a metal chair, right? And ever since he got his brand new office chair, like one of these chairs, but it's completely different, I said, you know what? I told him one day on PlayStation, I said, you know what? To celebrate you getting an office chair, you know, so you can finally be a little bit more comfortable when you game. Because keep in mind, doesn't get a lot of shit all the time. Well, he does, but he doesn't at the same time, right? Like certain things, like chairs or video games or yada, 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 whatever, right? So because he got an office chair, I decided / told him, right? I'm going to play Partners in Time. Because of you getting an office chair, I'm going to grind the game out to where I was on part 7. Because part 7 was the last where I left off, right? And I am going to grind out wherever I was, and we're going to fucking beat the game. I'm going to spend however long left it takes to finish Mario and Luigi Partners in Time once and for all. This is going to be the M&L game I beat. I finish. I promise you, this is the one I'm going to finish. And I don't really care if I finish the other ones, like Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story. I already finished those and made reviews on them, right? And same with Partners in Time. But I really just felt the need to finish Partners in Time after 6 fucking years, man. Think about that. I started Partners in Time over 6 years ago, okay, on YouTube. When I was I'm 23 now, all right? 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 7. I was 17 years old, maybe not 16. Maybe 16-ish going into 17. Or 17 years old when I went into this series. When I went into that game for the first time on YouTube. 6 years ago. I still think that's crazy. I started this series 6 years ago, but never bothered to finish it until now. Because I was, like I said before, I was scared. I didn't want to deal with a lot of things that were coming my way because, as you guys know, I don't like dealing with a lot of stress. I don't like dealing with a lot of issues in-game or at a game, in IRL or in-game. So, you know, it's kind of hard for me to play a lot of video games without some sort of crutch or without some sort of way to kind of get around a lot of these big-ass obstacles or things, right? So, because Ronnie got the office chair, I guess for some reason that gave me enough dumbass motivation or just a way to push myself, and then the thoughts in my head of, we need to beat an M&L game, beat it into my system to finally sit down and beat the game. And honestly, after replaying it, because I spent, and let me tell you how long I spent too, during replaying the game, right? Because this is the process that I did off camera. It took me, not an entire day. It took me, I think, 7-8 hours on and off to get to where I was at before. Then I streamed the games, because I have 2 new episodes of Partners in Time, 8 and 9, aka 8 and Finale, because 7 was the last thing I did before I stopped playing the game. So, not 7, 8 and Finale, right? Those 2 videos were like 2-3 hours each, right? So I still had a little bit of Partners in Time left before I needed to, like, kind of like, you know, go figure something else out. And it felt good, you know, spending all that time over there, against my wall over there, near my mini fridge, just playing the game, just thinking to myself, we're going to beat this shit. We're going to beat this shit for YouTube. I'm going to beat it for YouTube. I'm going to beat Partners in Time for YouTube. All right? Because I've done so many playthroughs this year. I've beaten so many games this year. It's like, fuck it. We're going to add Partners in Time to that goddamn list, right? So, after, you know, finally being done doing, you know, playing the game off camera, reaching that bit, I decided to play it on camera, and I want to thank, like, Tim Burners, Waluigi Brinkster, Void, everyone who was there in those streams, I want to thank, okay? Because, like, y'all watching me, y'all helping me out, like, in the puzzles and boss fights and all that other sort of shit when we got there and done that. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all gave me the motivation I needed, / Chris's office chair, / my own headspace in beating this goddamn game. I mean, I'm going to be honest, though, right? Princess Shroob, like, let me just talk about her since I don't think I talked about her in my last review. I think maybe I did, I don't remember, but I'm going to regurgitate some of that shit into this video because, you know, keep in mind my Partners in Time video is like over 2 years old. So, let me just fucking spew some shit. So, one of the worst things about Partners in Time, in my opinion, now after replaying it, right? Talk about it after? Yeah, I'll talk about it after. I got you. One of the worst things I would say in Partners in Time, probably one of the hardest things in Partners in Time, was the final bit of the game, right? With Princess Shroob, Elder Princess Shroob, and the Bowser fight, right? Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, all boss fights. Ow, I hit my chin. So, let me explain why I say all the bosses in frickin' Partners in Time are ridiculous, right? And let me explain that when we get in there. Not all bosses, but you guys know what I mean. Like Princess Shroob, Elder Shroom. Let me tell you why they're annoying. One, it's mainly because with Princess Shroob, right? And I know I didn't spend that much time on her, but I can tell you she takes a long-ass time, right? She is probably arguably one of the hardest bosses, right? Because you're sitting there... Hold on, let me get to that point because I'm trying to load up a video real quick. Is Princess Shroob, right? You're sitting there. You get to this point in the game after the UFO fight you're forced to do. Which the UFO fight was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it ended up being kind of annoying. But anyways, so You're here fighting Princess Shroop over and over again, trying to break her shield. Because Princess Shroop has like a shield that you can't like do physical damage to her until you break that shield, right? And then she has some of the craziest moves of all time afterwards, right? Where she warps, sends energy balls, energy blast, all that stuff at you, right? I don't know why loud-ass music is playing over the fight. This is not the music. But, well, actually, no, it is the music, but you get it, right? She's also pretty damn annoying because she can make that ship turn to spider legs and have it hover over you and send, like, laser beams over, and if you don't jump right, you can fuck up. And also, just this fight is like... Think of it like this, right? This boss fight feels like a gauntlet, a survival, like, type of boss fight, where you have to just survive everything she endures, and she does heavy damage, and she's fucking annoying, right? Let's just keep it at that. She's fucking annoying, and we got it, right? So then you think you're done, but then Peach tells you that Princess Shroop has an elder sister. She is a bitch, okay? We get into her fight. She starts as, like, having a base form where she does have a lot of health in her base. And keep in mind as well, once you finish her base form, she has a second form, right? She turns into this gigantic fucking monster thing with tentacles that do heavy damage, especially after a while. You have to hit her legs, make her small, hit her crown so most of her moves can be disabled, and just keep doing damage on everything she has in her arsenal so you can get rid of it quickly. Right? And also create awesome moves in the process of all that shit. So, that's also a bitch. But then you're sitting there wondering, Shrouzer, right? Bowser. Now, this right here. I'm trying not to make this my experience super big. Super long, super big as well. I can't think of other stuff every time you say tentacles. God damn it. Damn you, Lucas. But anyways, so, the mushroom... or Princess Shroop goes into Bowser's entire system, possesses his whole being, and you guys know how this starts a trend of possessed Bowser boss fight / Bowser has to be the final boss in every single MNL game, and I think it started here. But I like how this fight happens because guess what? You're about to see. Because instead of actually attacking Bowser head on, you deflect Bowser's attacks back at him, / Princess Shroop's spirit form decides to try to attack you, but you attack her spirit by having Bowser's fireballs and all that other sort of shit reflect and hit her giant fucking spirit. By hitting and deflecting her attacks right back at him to deal the final blow and finish the game, right? Now, this was a lot harder than I gave it credit for, because I was sitting there struggling, trying to hit, because you guys know me, whenever I play an RPG or any video game, I fucking suck, okay? 9 times out of 10, I fucking suck at hitting things or deflecting shit right back at my opponent. I suck. I admittedly suck so much balls, okay, at hitting things and all that other sort of stuff, right? But when I beat that final boss for the first time in 6 years, or not 6 years, but first time in a couple of years, but on stream, honestly, I did like feel like, yes, we got it done, because obviously I've beaten the boss before, so like all that initial excitement if I could do this or not is like out of the window, because I knew I could do it. But at the same time, it felt so damn good reaching the Partners in Time's credits, because again, spending 6 years of your life, all right, on and off Partners in Time throughout those 6 years, right, coming back to the game, not coming back to the game, you know, saying, Mario and Luigi's dead to me and I don't want to play it anymore, to holy shit, I'm about to play the fuck out of this game now because I got some new motivation or something new to drive me to play it and all this other sort of stuff. It just made me happy that now I can finally put Partners in Time down once and for all and be like, you know what, I'm actually done. Not only I did it for a review 2 years ago now, but now I have a re-review of me coming back to the game after so many years and finally finishing it on YouTube in some way, shape, or form. And all of you guys that are brand new have been watching, not all of my Partners in Time videos. By the way, I have a massive playlist, my Mario and Luigi playthroughs, gameplays and playthroughs. If you want to check out all my Mario and Luigi videos, it's in that big playlist. Go to my playlist section of my page, you'll find it, or all my gaming playlist on my homepage. You will surely find that playlist. But anyways, I digress, man. It was just such an awesome feeling. It felt good that I finally finished it. I could walk away knowing that I fucking did it. I spent so much time on a game that, you know, Ronnie loved and I loved and a lot of my viewers loved, and I'm glad, you know, I'm finally able to finish it, give it to you guys for more content, more funny moments with Super Mario and Luigi and stuff, and who knows, maybe this game kind of reignited my flame for the Mario and Luigi series, you know, because I think I even said, damn, you know, after playing this game, I kind of want to play another one, or at least like another new one other than Brothership, as long as they get rid of the issues with Brothership. But then I realized, oh yeah, they're doing Switch 2 cartridges, that's right, so it's not going to be a physical game, so I'll never actually get to fucking own the thing. That's right, that fucking sucks, but you get it. I thought Partners in Time was great. Sure, there's a lot of flaws in the game, like for example, bro moves have been completely taken out of this game and just replaced for bros items. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I love the bros moves, like mashing the right inputs to do your moves to get the max damage. It felt more rewarding than just being able to do like bro item moves. I guess that's cool, but at the same time, it's a weird way of just saying, hey, no more bros moves, like proper bros moves from Superstar Saga. I just feel like that kind of sucked. But other than that, I wanted this re-review to kind of be small and simple and straight to the point, because I explained a lot of this and a lot more in my original / initial review of Partners in Time. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's my re-review of Partners in Time. It's still a good game all these years later in 2025. It's a solid Mario and Luigi RPG game. Definitely pick it up if you can. If you find it at stores, find it at stores. And honestly, if you want to deep dive the web for that shit, go ahead. If you want to, but, you know, because obviously I can't really say, like, oh, go do this, go do that, because it's legal. But anyways, if you want to go sail the 7 seas for a copy of the game or something or whatever, be my guest. But anyways, until next time, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Ah, motherfucker, you ain't in it. What? Nah. Not unless me and Luigi say some words. Okay, guys, come on, man. Nope, fuck you. Not ending it. Hey, what's up, fuckers? It's me, Mario, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Now you can end it. Wait, what about Marseille? You don't get shit. Luigi, I was just kidding, man. I was kidding.
Oh, you were kidding?
Yes, you can say something.
Hey, Void, that's just straight up inappropriate, incest, and gay, bro. All at the same time. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends, and, when's the next Luigi's Wacky Adventures episode, mate? Where is it at?
Alright, I'll make it, man. Just chill.
Alright.
Luigi, end the video.